All of this is potentially about to get way more expensive. Dolly Parton famously said, "It takes a lot of time and money to look this cheap." And that's because it takes money to look good. American women spend an average of $3,756 per year on beauty products and services. Men aren't far behind, spending an average of $2,928 per year. The overall beauty industry revenue is expected to surpass $677 billion by 2025. And the industry is continuing to grow year after year because of things like social media.
Get ready with me.
Get ready with me.
Get ready with me.
Around 4 in 5 beauty shoppers use Instagram daily, and around 2 in 3 beauty shoppers say that they turn to influencers to discover new products, like my guest today, the Lipstick Lesbians.
Have the Lipstick Lesbians done a video on this? I love that the beauty community is calling on the Lipstick Lesbians to answer all their burning beauty questions.
Right now, 2025, we have never been in the position of beauty that we are in today. TikTok wants to take over what the retailers haven't begun to even think about mastering yet.
The surge in influence of social media is fueled by the literal billions of dollars beauty companies spend year after year on advertising. Digital advertising makes up around 1/3 of the total ad spend in the beauty industry. This post-pandemic growth in the industry has been a bright spot in a sometimes uncertain economy. But there's one thing that could stand in the way of this continued growth: President Donald Trump's tariffs.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world.
The top 5 countries the U.S. imported makeup and skincare from in 2024 include South Korea, France, Canada, Italy, and China. Tariffs imposed on other countries could have an impact on the everyday products you use, no matter where you buy them from. Okay, should we just start trying to get people? Do you have a second for Newsweek? No? Okay, no, that's fine.
A lot of different things with Trump's tariffs are going to go up in prices, particularly like skincare stuff, beauty stuff, men's care stuff. Are you concerned about the rise in prices because of Trump's tariffs with like basic everyday items?
Yes, skincare and beauty is already expensive. It's very expensive to be beautiful.
Even the items I order online, the prices are changing.
Yeah, I am concerned. As a matter of fact, I'm stocking up.
I think that definitely the tariffs is going to cause increased prices, which corporations are going to offset to the consumers. Give them maybe a little bit of the doubt that, like, we'll see what happens.
Frankly, I hope that all the prices rise through the roof so that the negative impact of that affects his goals.
It might shift in the long-term thing, but I'm not quite sure.
The important question is, how will the potential rise in prices change how you, the consumer, shops? And even more importantly, will it have a negative impact on Donald Trump and ultimately the economy?
Everything is going to get more expensive for the suppliers. Everything is going to get more expensive for the brands. Some brands are not going to financially be able to actually launch newness right now.
Well, I want to start with a question that is sort of broad, but I think both of you are very capable of answering. What is the state of the beauty industry right now?
We have never been in the position of beauty that we are in today.
Yeah.
It is the most saturated it's ever been, with more product than we've ever had before, with more people coming in because the barrier of entry into the industry as a brand is lower than it's ever been before, hence the most volume of product. And right now, like as we're speaking, the powerhouses that have dominated and controlled over the last post-pandemic, the retailers, we talk to them too, they're in a really unique position because it's the first time we're seeing this dip in growth during Sephora sale and Ulta sales. So what does all of this mean? Right now, it's a crazy time we've never experienced before. All of this to say that the industry is fascinating, but we have now this almost standstill where, because of the state of what I was sharing before, also enter tariffs, which change the margin drastically, which confuses the investors who are now playing in the space for a decade really aggressively, which confuses brand founders also, which are confusing consumers too, because suddenly, who's absorbing those costs? Are the consumers going to absorb half and the brand the other half? Many brands, and I repeat, many independent brands will not make it through this,
Yeah.
depending on how long this goes on. And I see the tariffs as this great exodus of saturation, but also we can't talk about what's going on with social media. And that's the other piece of kind of who we are and what we get to witness in social. There is the harmonization of globalization and trends with social too.
Yeah.
Things that are happening in China 5 years ago, live selling, that's going to come to North America.
Yeah.
The question
We're already
is,
seeing it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
With TikTok.
absolutely.
Yeah.
TikTok wants to take over what the retailers haven't begun to even think about mastering yet in live selling. What's happening to QVC, what's happening to HSN? These are all good questions and things that I think about. And then, so distribution for beauty is changing. So there's not one part of the industry that's not changing right now.
It's not in a shift.
That's not in a shift. And that we've never seen it like this before, as fast.
What changes within the beauty industry, big changes that have stood out to you over the past few years?
I think people are terrified of what happens on social. So for me, when I say that, what was really illuminating to experience over the last 2.5 years is the power that content creators have and the lack of education that they're given by brands. That has been by far the largest learning in that, okay, we all know how with great power comes great responsibility. But what we're missing as a beauty community is the folks on the brand side maybe to take a little bit more responsibility in arming these creators who are so powerful, whose voices matter so much to the beauty community with the right information that is needed. Because we've seen so many just rampant, there's no one regulating the space. You're seeing, and I'm not even going to use the word misinformation. That's not even, it's more just so much
Stretched truths.
Or false truths. Narratives that are not real, and there's no one there to actually guide in a professional way through a empathetic or objective lens.
Because the brand is just seeing numbers.
Correct.
They're seeing someone who does beauty have 40,000 followers or whatever it is, and
they're seeing engagement, they're seeing numbers.
Yeah,
but
they
they're
make
also
sales, they're
seeing-
happy, right?
They are, and the truth is, if there is a scandal, whatever it may be, good or bad, that brand is going to get media value. It's going to happen. So I think when I think about the future, and because if you're someone who for 2.5 years we show up every day and we're teaching, and sometimes the lesson is small and it's about a concealer, and sometimes the lesson is big and it's about self-love. And for me though, what I realized is if these brands can't educate the influencers, then I guess we have to. And we've sort of come to this understanding that we're the creator's creator in a way. And of course we have so many intersections of people enjoying our content and identities, and from all walks of life people can enjoy. And the 7-year-old can enjoy the content as can grandma, which is beautiful.
It's very cross-generational. We get that in DMs too. Like, I was
do.
just watching your content with my daughter and my mom. And we were like, oh, wow.
Yeah, so fascinating. So what impact then do you think, because the tariffs are looming every single day, there's a conversation around tariffs, and makeup is such a part of our lives. Skincare is a part of our lives. The way we present ourselves to the world is a daily part of our lives. So what impact do you think tariffs will have on the beauty industry and the beauty consumer?
Totally. I mean, we talk about this all the time, coming home from dinner, not just Pilates, because we need wine.
You got to do something to work off at Pilates.
I think we're going to see, I call it like the great equalizer. It's going to trim the excess fat, meaning, and this is a personal opinion, I'm definitely not an economist, but because so many indies are going to be impacted, just by nature of where packaging comes from, the vast majority of packaging in beauty comes from China. A lot of beauty brands also manufacture product in China. Those ones, when you see the made in China on label, they're impacted the most. But don't think that the person that's ordering the packaging from China to ship it to Italy, who does a lot of makeup product, or the person that's ordering packaging from China to ship it to Korea and the product is getting filled in Korea or Italy respectively, they too still are going to see an uptick because there's still going to be a tariff impact for them as well coming in from these other countries. So everything is going to get more expensive for the suppliers. Everything is going to get more expensive for the brands. Some brands are not going to financially be able to actually launch newness right now. The behemoths that can afford it are still going to be pumping new products every month. But the brands that can't, the indies, the small guys, they're going to stop for a minute launching newness. And eventually, I think they're going to fade to black because they're not going to be able to keep up with the noise that social media has created.
Yeah, I was just talking with, I won't say their name, but with a person who owns a brand, an independent brand, who we talked about earlier, that they can't launch new products right now. They just won't, because they know, and so they're pushing the setting powders, the things that exist that people will keep ordering and stuff. But it's gonna be a rocky road.
Very. And the lack of newness, when the beauty consumer has been trained, and don't forget, we've experienced firsthand this like influencer era of our lives. We're trained as creators to receive PR boxes. Why? Because if the PR box is sitting in your living room, you're gonna talk about that product. It's literally like brands subliminally message to creators to talk about.
All the time. It's like you have a bunch of beauty products screaming, talk about me.
They're literally vying for your attention like children.
Yes.
You know, you as a creator have to develop and cultivate a whole system. I'm not even exaggerating that you, depending on how large of a creator you are, you could hire one person full time. I call my studio the garden. Because it's a garden. Every day there's new products. Every day it needs watering.
When you get these products, this is, I think a lot of people who see the PR online and social media that they say, oh, so-and-so sent me this. This is my real reaction. In my head, I'm thinking like, well, you just got a free box of whatever. Your reaction is that you got something for free and you didn't have to pay for it, which is always a positive reaction in my opinion.
Even early on, you know, before managers or anything, I remember there was a product from a makeup artist you really loved and admired, and it was, you know, it was just a lipstick that feathered, and you're like, we need to talk about it, you know, because it's not about the brand, it's about the people watching. And that's who we always front and center. It's about our community, who we call beauty queens, as you know, right? And it's always about them. So if there's a product and it's not doing what it's supposed to, or what it says it's supposed to do, or if there's an ingredient, like there was this product the other day that was mineral oil was at the top, and they were like, why is a luxury brand,
There's
you know,
a $58
launching
body care product.
Right, $58 mineral oil.
Is one of the cheapest raw materials you can get.
Right.
We had to talk about that. That's
So-
not going to make the brand happy.
Exactly.
It was received for free.
So although most of our
That's the
our
facts.
product evaluations are positive and educational, there are those hard conversations that we do end up having to have when there's something that's really unjust and we find it unjust, then we must talk about it.
And you're offering like classes to people, right? Tell me more about that.
We mentioned L-Lab a couple times. So right now, L-Lab, this is my metaphor. This is the best metaphor, because L-Lab, we have like this big juicy course with, it's 8 hours of footage. Face, eye, lip, and then cheek. So each of them are kind of subdivided. Think of when you go to Chipotle. You get your proteins, you get your rice, you get your beans, you pick your, you know, maybe you want to add guac.
Definitely.
Always yes. So we are selling right now all like the rice, the beans, all of that, the juiciest bits of the inside. And we're working on actively the tortilla. Or the bowl. Do you want to talk a little about the tortilla and the bowl?
Yeah, so, you know, going back to us being like the mothers, you know, of the content creator's content creator, is we are going to be adding to our course to help content creators who are in the beauty industry become better educators. Exactly. Right, so helping them,
really important.
totally, helping them with the technical terminology, how to evaluate 2 different products on the drugstore and prestige. What do the ingredients look like? And we also have a framework, which regardless if you're a content creator or a beauty consumer or an industry professional, it's the same framework. We call it the product development wheel, anchor wheel, that teaches you what are the aspects that you should think about when you're looking and you're evaluating or reviewing a beauty product, whether it's on yourself or you're educating your community. Yeah, so we're super
This
excited.
is L-Lab. The point of us doing this is, our theory is, if we can educate the masses that are educating the world, going back to these influencers with the power, everybody in the beauty community benefits. Beauty literacy rises. And then we're all striving for better raw materials, better products from our suppliers. It will have a ripple effect that for the first time will be positive, blasting out massive educational resources at what we feel is pretty accessible for what it is, you know, price point.
Yeah, and really we want to do the beauty education so that we can push the entire industry forward to create these better products and it really bring back the joy of beauty and
It's
the
the
love.
opposite of gatekeeping, right?
Totally.
Well, and the more informed the consumer is, the more they'll have a say in products and hold some of these brands accountable to different things, or just tell them what they want.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. They may not be able, right now, they may not know how to voice what they want.
Yeah, you don't have the language for it.
Right. You don't know the difference between a lip oil, a lip balm, and a liquid lipstick.
Yeah.
The course teaches you that. And it teaches you that across every category. What's a CC cream? What's a BB cream? What's a, at one point we had DD creams. And then a skin tint, a tinted moisturizer, are they different? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And here's why, and here are the examples, and here are the products.
Nice. I love it. Well, thank you both.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. I love our Newsweek Beauty Queens.
Love that. I know.